野球しようぜ。
オッケー。
行こう行こう。お前ら今日はやったよ。
任しとけ。
セガと三四郎。
Hey guys, and welcome back to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. The Sega Saturn Core for the MiSTer FPGA. It received an update yesterday, but I could put a video out yesterday. You know what? I was actually building a desk yesterday. I set my boys up with a new PC, and yeah, that kind of took the whole day. You know when you get started and you just want everything to be, well, super duper swell. So here I am today. I'm going to do two videos, right? So the first one you're looking at is I'm going to test 20 games. I'll show you what the 20 games are that we're going to be testing. It's going to be, I'm just going to be running through it, playing it real time, and I'm going to try and minimize the editing. Two reasons: A, because I like doing it this way, and B, I'm a little bit pressed for time. So there's going to be two videos out. The first one is going to be this one here, which is going to be the new core tested on a single stick of RAM. Then I'm going to go over to my dual SD RAM setup, and we're going to run exactly the same games, and it's 20 games in total. We'll have a look at them in just a second. So just looking at what SRG 320 put out, and a couple of games that he mentioned. So update to SMPC.SV, and then fix system date Salamander Deluxe Pack Salamander 2, and then fix ints back command timing digital pinball Necronomicon. Okay, hopefully I kind of said that one all right. I certainly hope I did. So, and also, you know, the great thing is it's nice to hear that SRG 320 is doing super well. So I thought we'd start with Salamander Deluxe Pack. I'm going to show you the 20 games that we're going to have a look through, because I put together a special folder just for this occasion. So we'll go through them alphabetically. So we go Bubble Symphony, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Darius Gaiden, Daytona USA, Dentatsu no Org Battle, I think, Digital Pinball Necronomicon, Elevator Action Returns, Guardian Force, House of the Dead, Hyper Duel, Linkle, Liver Story, Marvel Superheroes vs Street Fighter, Resident Evil. What you're seeing here now, Salamander Deluxe Pack Plus, and then we've got Saturn Bomberman Fight. Now I know there's a recent translation of it. I didn't have time to run the translation patch, so that's just the Japanese version. Then we've got Sega Rally, because that's always a good game to check out, same as Daytona. And then we've got Shining, The Holy Ark, Super Tempo, Time Bokhand Series, X-Men vs Street Fighter. Now, I love this game, Time Bokhand Series. So that's the 20 games. I'm not putting timestamps or anything below, but if you just want to see a certain game, just kind of flick through the games, and you know, hopefully you can find what you're looking for. So let's go what he mentions here first, Salamander 2. Now I'm a big fan of these games. I absolutely love Nemesis, Life Force, Gradius, Salamander, whatever it's called in your region. I just absolutely love it. Now, all like the black screens or anything that you're going to see here, it's going to be because honestly, unless there's a catastrophic failure on my part, I'm going to try not to edit. My kids will be coming back from school, but I have told my wife for them not to say, hey dad, hi dad, hi dad. I'll come and see them once I finish this. I do have parents' evening later, so man, you know what, parenting, full-time job, YouTube, I'll tell you, it really does take up your time. But wow, look at that, man. I love it. Salamander 2. Right, let's give it a shot and play this. Now I'm not sure if I don't think I've played this, in fact, because I think I would remember this. I kind of remember it as an okay. Wow, this is good, man. Look at that big dragon. So hey, so I'm not running any screen filters. Sometimes, like if I run a core, I might have the settings are left on, but I've been messing about with this, checking out like the new Castlevania hack, which is on the list as well, right? So okay, this is working really nicely. So like I said, we'll start going through the games alphabetically, but man, wow, I really like, I love these Nemesis Salamander type games, and this looks really good. Really like transformation here from like day to night. Hey man, I got my eye on you. Wow, that is just nasty, right? Okay, let's soon as either this thing is going to kill me or I'm going to kill it, but either way we're going to move on. Oh wow, I got special fire. I just kind of used it there. So I'm not used to playing these games without, you know, without having like the options that you can pick. You know, you pick, okay, speed, missile, whatever. Right, okay, we've got a few games to get through, so let's move over to the next one. So we're going to start with Bubble Symphony, which has been working right for a while, but I like the Tato with free systems. So there's two games from that I chose, Bubble Symphony and Elevator Action. Now from what I remember, when you do the first level in Elevator Action, it just it kind of goes low, right? So guys, if you're running the Saturn Core and you get this where the game hasn't loaded, once you've kind of loaded it, just do a reset again and it usually just goes straight into the game. Let me press start here to skip this kind of splash screen thing. And for your region, I recommend finding there's a hacked region free BIOS out there which works really, really well, and that's what I've been using for the most part. This core's come along really, really nicely. So Bubble Symphony still working just as well. So okay, so I've got like, hopefully the sound levels will be okay. They won't change too much from game to game. I'm especially interested in seeing what kind of Daytona brings us. Let me just turn the sound up a little bit more, because on this one it is a little bit lower. So I might be adjusting the sound in between there, and on occasion it might go up, but this is a raw video. It's me running the core and going through the stuff, and even though I try not to make any mistakes, I do kind of like doing these ones. So I kind of think of them as a live stream, but everything is just, it's happening real time. Okay, the sound on this is okay. Actually, I've got my monitor quite low, but yeah, this is good, man. If you haven't tried this, like, try this game out. It's fantastic. I'm a big Bubble fan. Really can't wait for the F3 to come over to the MiSTer FPGA, but you know, until that happens, we've got the Sega Saturn Core. We've got some really good F3 ports. I mean, I'm not familiar with the arcade, but I can tell you one thing: if you go onto MAME or, you know, Final Burn Neo is another one that I like using. The Saturn version definitely feels better, so that's cool. Right, what's the next? Next is Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and we've had a look at this recently, haven't we? So that's pretty cool, right? Is it going too loud here? Maybe. All right, let's wait for the game to start and then we'll have a look. Okay, and we're getting the kind of same thing here again, right? Okay, yeah. So let's see, it doesn't, yes, it's weird. Okay, sometimes it loads straight into the game, sometimes it goes there and it needs another reset. It's still a work in progress core, but man, like, the work has been amazing, guys. Like, it's seriously, like, this core is amazing, and Saturn's one of those systems that, man, I've discovered, and I just absolutely love it. Remember what I said at the beginning of the video? Look out for the dual RAM equivalent of this. Literally the same order, same games. I'll start with Salamander Deluxe Plus Pro, whatever it's called. I'll then move over onto Bubble Symphony, and we'll kind of go through like all 20 games in here. Hopefully it won't take too long, but yeah, you know what, it's cool. Right, okay, so this is a really good hack, guys. I've got to say something here, right? I didn't appreciate until I went back and revisited it, right? So I've got an Android handheld. It's called the AYN Odin Lite, right? And I kind of bought it to film stuff on the go. Like, if I need to get emulation footage for a video, I'll just quickly grab that and I'll film something on there. Now, I'm not a fan, the games have lag in there, but it kind of has a certain purpose and it fulfills that certain purpose. So what I did was I bought Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the Android version, and I ran it on there, and surprisingly, games that are native to Android don't have as much latency as games that are emulated on Android. Hopefully that kind of comes across and makes sense. Like, you know, after playing stuff on FPGA on you know, on the MiSTer, the Analog Pocket, you get kind of spoiled, right? So yeah, this is running really well. I mean, it was running well already. It's running fantastic. So you get spoiled, but I have to say, going back on the Android version, it is pretty much this version. Now, there's going to be some differences, obviously, but that looks like it's got rid of the borders. You know, you can pick Richter. Haha, I got the name right. I didn't call him Richard this time. So you can pick Richter, Maria, or Alucard from the beginning, but you can't pick them like on the character select screen. You have to input either Richter, Maria, or any normal name will start it as Alucard for you. So yeah, that's really good, and I'm kind of enjoying playing it, more so because I like handheld gaming. When I tried emulating this particular game on my Steam Deck, honestly, I wasn't happy with the emulation. I just wasn't happy with it. I felt maybe I'm doing something wrong, or there's some tweaks I can make, but I tried like 3 or 4 different RetroArch cores and they just weren't delivering. Maybe I need to download the standalone emulator, but you know what? Like, the Android version is actually really good, and it feels very similar to this. I think the dialogue's the same, the voice acting's the same. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's fantastic. But hey, I'm not here plugging Android. Let's now move over to the next game, which is Darius Gaiden. Right, let's do this. Hopefully it won't just hopefully it'll start the game, right? Come on, start the game. Don't take us to that dashboard again and we're okay, here you go. See what I mean? Sometimes it starts it in game, sometimes this is what it does. So okay, Taito, kind of like, okay, if you're from the UK, Taito can actually mean potato in kind of slang. We have a slang here called Cockney. I think my accent is quite Cockney. I try and speak a little bit more posh, or I try and sound a little bit more educated. Believe me, I'm not when I'm doing my videos and whatnot. But yeah, I am quite Cockney. You know, it's the people I hung around with, the areas I grew up in, and it's the kind of accent that I got. But yeah, I do try and push it a bit, you know. Sometimes I've got to, you know, do meetings and presentations at work, so I try to say my words fully like the Queen. Okay guys, Darius Gaydon is working nice. This game is cool. Big shout out to Andy D, who added CD quality sound to the Mega Drive version. So that was absolutely awesome. I think I checked that out on the channel like previously. But guys, Darius Gaydon's good. This Saturn Core is coming along nicely. And you know, always good to hear from SRG 320. Right, now let's do Daytona USA. Now, from what I remember, the sound for this was low, guys. It was low. Okay, this is gonna be a long video, man. What am I? I'm on like 10 minutes already, right? Just looking at my OBS screen, and 10 minutes, and what we've done like maybe 5 games, so it might be a 40-minute video. All right, I definitely recommend, guys, like, skip this. If there's games you're not interested in, just go through the video. And if someone wants to do, I don't have time to sit through it and do the timestamps, but if someone wants to do the timestamps, guys, like some of you guys always like, can we have timestamps? Sometimes you've done it. I'm not being lazy, I'm just saying I've got time to do them. But you know, if you really like timestamps and you're watching it and you want to do it, post them in the comment, and I'll pin the comment, I'll copy it in the description, so it makes it easier for other one. Because you know what, guys, we are a community here, right? So yeah, the sounds definitely lower for Daytona. I'm not going to put it up. We'll give it a quick race. This has been working well. The main issue with this is the sound's been really low, and that still seems to be the case. So that isn't resolved yet, but guys, like, this core's making super progress. Like, it's amazing. I love it. I was waiting for an update. You know, we just have a feeling you're going to get an update, and I saw the update like late yesterday. But like I said, like my boy, so I got a friend at work. He upgrades his laptop every year, so I bought a laptop off him last year. And for my daughter, it was like really cheap. It gave me a good deal, £350 for like an Asus 16 gig RAM. I can't remember, like an Intel, maybe 11th or 12th gen i7. Oops, sorry, I'm not. Am I pressing? What's accelerate? Oh, sorry, I wasn't pressing accelerate there, right? So, and an RTX 3060 for £350. I bought that for my daughter. Couldn't say no to that. Then he upgraded again, and he sold me his last laptop, which was 32 gig of RAM and AMD 5800. I can't remember the mobile equivalent. Was it an X or a U? Along with an RTX 3070. So I got a really good deal on that, $450. So I gave my old laptop, which was a 1660 Ti Asus G14. Sorry, it's got nothing to do with the Saturn, but I'm trying to make conversation here while we run the call. And I gave that to my boys. But what was really nice, I set them up a table in like this place under the stairs in my front room, and they're in there. It's just really nice seeing those little guys compact in there playing split screen Rocket League. Right, let's go to the next one, right? But this is running good, just the sound issue still. Okay, so Densetsu no Org Battle, and this is an English translation. I'll try and say an English translation, hopefully if I can remember, because some games did release in English, some had an English translation. So, okay, oh no, we want to press the button for easy mode, right? Yeah, definitely want easy mode. Okay, so don't buy, avoid being cheated, don't buy this. This is a free fan translation. Shame on those trying to cash in on someone else's work. Hey man, that happens a lot, right? Are we getting in there? Okay, cool. So that's kind of that message that you can't skip, but it's good to get the point across. Now, this is likely going to be a game like I don't know much about this game, but it's going to be an RPG or a tactical RPG or a tactics game. So it's not something we're really going to play. But Org Battle, like, I always associate these games with like strategy. But look how cool like the characters look. Absolutely love pixel art. Like, I really think more games should be like that. I hate like for example Street Fighter 6. I wish if it was pixel art instead of, you know, those 3D graphics put on a 2D layer. Like, I don't mind Street Fighter 6, I'll play it. In fact, I like the game. I just kind of wish that it had, oh, that's definitely not my name. I just kind of wish it had pixel graphics, man. You know, they just look really good. Okay, well, okay, nah, I don't want Q. Right, so it's there. You know what, let's just call myself RO. This is taking long. Yes, RO is fine. Republic of who knows what. Tell me your sex. Yes, please. Where was that from? Was that Wayne's World or somewhere? Can't even remember. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, maybe we can get into game. If it's going to be big and long and text heavy, I'm likely just going to skip to the next one before we even get into the game. But yeah, if this is your kind of thing, then absolutely awesome. It looks good. You've got your stuff here, right? Okay, if there's one more text bit in here, I'm swapping this game and I'm moving to the next one. So hopefully you guys can get through the video without becoming depressed. Right, yeah, there's a lot of text there. So guys, this works if Densu no org battle densetsu, sorry, is working. So sorry, what's that? Okay, digital pinball, and it's Necronomicon. Okay, so let's give this a shot because this is one of the games SRG 320 mentioned in his update notes. You know, the little screenshot as well we had a look at the beginning, which shows both cores. Remember guys, this is the single stick of SD RAM test. I will be doing exactly the same stuff in exactly the same order, hopefully have the same amount of energy. Once I go to parents' evening and come back, I'm kind of free in the evening for a few hours, and that's what I intend to do the next video. So okay, this is interesting. Kind of almost feels like it's a movie starting, right? Let's go. Kind of have to keep an eye on the sound levels as well. Don't mind it if it's low. Okay, hopefully it's not too loud. Where are we? Yeah, no, that kind of looks all right. Remember guys, at the time of the Saturn and the PlayStation, when you were seeing like video in games, because you went from 16-bit to like 32-bit, and all of a sudden like you started getting FMVs and videos, and man, did that look good, right? Okay, so we're gonna skip that to start off with, but that's a very good movie for a pinball game, right? It's awesome. So the Necronomicon, was that not the book from Evil Dead? Just remind me, was that oh man, Evil Dead, what a movie, man. I need to watch Army of Darkness again. Andy D, a friend of mine, was saying the reason I can't find it on streaming services is because of all the rights and everything involved. So okay, okay, interesting, right? Okay, so maybe I have to borrow that from somewhere. I really do want to watch that again. Oh, the sound's a bit loud, so let me try and hit that ball and turn it down. The ball might go down, guys. I'm gonna turn the sound down a bit so it's not blasting your ears, because you know. Right, okay, this game kind of looks alright, man, I have to say. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of pinball games. You know, Alien Crush on the PC Engine was a good one, so was the follow-up. And yeah, this is, I mean, there's a lot of Pinball Fantasies on the Amiga's another good one. I don't have anything against them, I've just never really played them. Even actual pinball machines, I mean, I've dabbled, but I've never had so much fun. But man, this is running fantastically well. So if this was one of the games that you liked on the Saturn, well, you know what, here it is, proof it's running well. Big shout out to SRG, love it. Right, elevator action returns. Guys, you cannot have any more fun with elevators. Apart from the glass elevators, the scenic elevators at my work, which they're kind of nice when you go there. Yeah, when I take, well, you know, when it's bring your kids to work day, right? The kids love riding up and down there, man. I have to tell them, look, I draw the line at 20, right? After you've gone up and down 20 times, people start looking at us. So stop doing it, right? But hopefully the sound's not too low on this, because from what I remember, oh no, actually the sound was all right. Let's try and do the first level, right? Let's try and get that out of the way. And okay, so I've picked him. I've never picked this guy, Jad the Taff. So let's go with Jad the Taff. I think once I've done the videos, I've picked like the first two characters, but Jad the Taff, who's a little bit more powerful, definitely haven't picked him because I would remember that sprite, right? You know, I like pixel stuff, so I would remember that sprite. So here we go, man. Look at it, man. Like, this is arcade. You know, you come down in a helicopter, right? That's the fire button. Pow. I always forget what to do in this game, right? Okay, so do I go in the blue doors? And I can't remember, right? So okay, so nice. Okay, well, this is running well. Sound seems okay to me as well. Got a bomb, right? Really should play this game more. Like this is a really good game on there. Oh, I don't want to jump down there. Let's wait for that elevator, man. Come on, get down here, man. Right, okay, so yeah, I need to get the data, right? Let's get the data. Maybe you can skip stuff and you just need to maybe just focus on the red doors. Is that what you do? Right, so I've got the data. I want to get the lift. Oh, poor doggy. Oh, nice. Now I have a machine gun. Nice. Really do like the explosion effects in here. Looks fantastic. Come on. Crush the order. Right, this is looking good, guys. But I really want to do like the first level so we can actually... Right, where... Oh no, it was that lift. Why am I jumping out of there? There's the flash. All right. Right, okay. Is that the end? Am I at the end? Okay, let's see if the sound goes, because I remember once I've done this level, the sound went, and okay, I'm looking at, yeah, the sound seems to be okay. This is the part where it went. When that explosion happened, I remember the sound going. I'm looking at my sound levels. It's kind of sounding okay. It doesn't look like, okay, so maybe that's an improvement on this, or, you know, sometimes results can vary on this. So maybe it was working for you. I remember distinctly in one of the previous versions, the sound, yeah, just kind of going out. So yeah, this is running good. Let's shoot these guys and move on to the next one. So Guardian Force. I don't know much about this game. Nice to see that elevator action, right, is working decently. Like, it's working decently. It was working decently before, but now the sound hasn't kind of conked out as to say, you know, the sound is sounding good. So this is, what was this? Guardian Force, right? Okay, Guardian Force, right. Ooh, okay. Oh, this, I bet you it's a shmup. It has to be a shmup, right? If I remember correctly, the size is wrong. Sorry, sorry. What was I saying? If I remember this correctly, this was... Oh, okay, interesting. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, right. Okay, so this is interesting. Ooh, right. Control. Wow, this is a fantastic game, guys. Like discover a lot of arcade games on the Saturn. So right, so you can rotate your which direction your shot is in. So you've got a shot that goes up, so that's handy. And then you've got one. So A is to rotate counterclockwise, and C is to rotate clockwise, and B is fire. Fantastic controls. I wonder if I've got a bomb. Let me try one of the other buttons. No. Okay, so there's no bomb there. Let's give it a diagonal shot here. This is good, guys. This is the kind of game that you can play. You'll get used to the controls, and it's working fantastically well. Now, some of these games I may have tested before. Some of these I may not have. I've just gone through a list, and I did actually drop by the Discord yesterday, so I kind of just breezed through it and looked at some of the games people were talking about. I think this was one of the ones someone mentioned, and I was okay. Let me check it out, and I'm not disappointed. What a take on a shmup, right? I mean, look at that. You can change your direction to any way you want to put it. Okay, level up. I'm actually doing all right, man. I'm having fun with this, but you know what? I think I need to move on to the next game because I'm definitely pressed for time. But I guess this video is feeling more like one of my live streams, right? But instead of a live stream, I'm just doing it as a video because I like doing live streams. But you know what? Yeah, I kind of wanted to do this as a video because I'm going to do the dual RAM one tomorrow, and I'm not going to be around for it. I'm at work tomorrow, right? Wow, what a boss fight. Okay, I know I said I was going to change here. Let me lose a life, which I did. So let's move on to the next one, right? House of the Dead. I wanted to have a look at this because this is a good game, and I can't remember if sound for this was bang on, if everything was back to normal, or if it still had sound issues, or if it's just sound and how it works. So let's give this a quick shot. It's a popular game. Many people like it. I like it a fair bit as well. And yeah, all good, right? Oh, one thing, since getting my new laptop, the same mic that I have, it was very, very low. So I've had to like kind of artificially boost how loud it goes, and hopefully it's not too loud. I mean, it kind of looks all right. It's not going into it seems to just go into distort levels, but it's never going above negative 5 dB. So oh, hold your fire. Okay, let's hold my fire. Okay, banging. Okay, so this is working all right. Sound is sounding all right as well. This is a tough game. You know what? These games are still fun on the D-pad. You know, it'd be nice. I don't think gun support is available for the Saturn. It'd be awesome once it comes. Oh man, they're killing all the innocents. Seriously, guys, like 2024, can't wait for the next gen of FPGA to come out. The MiSTer's got plenty of life in it. It's not like there's so many arcade games You know, in the recent interview with Martin Donlon, where we were speaking about MiSTer and other stuff, and he said, look, there's so many arcade games that will come over to the MiSTer. They're just not here yet. And there's so much stuff that we can get on the MiSTer. It's amazing. But I'm also looking forward to, as well as looking forward to what else we get for the MiSTer, I'm so looking forward to seeing what next gen stuff we get, whether it's Naomi, CPS3, whether CPS3, I think Pramod was saying that like 32-bit systems like CPS3 are going to struggle on the MiSTer. I certainly hope not, but hey, you know what? Like, let's see. And if that is the case, then it'll be nice to get, it'll be nice to get, you know, like more powerful FPGAs in the future to do more powerful, especially arcade hardware. But let's go here. Hyperdual, okay, Hyperdual right here. Let's check it out. How are we doing for time? Wow, 25 minutes, guys. Time has really flown with this video. Like I said, if you made it this far without skipping it, well, thank you, man. But yeah, you know, maybe skip it for the games you want. There is, if you missed the beginning, there's a list I show at the beginning of all the games that we're running through in the order that we're running them through. You know, MiSTer catalogs them alphabetically, and that's how we're running through them. So Hyperdual, maybe I did try this game actually. So let's go arcade mode and give this a shot. So is this a mech fighting game? Let's have a look. Okay, so I've loaded the arcade mode. So imagine it was in. Oh wow. Okay, that kind of looks nice. Let's go for middle. You know, if unsure, whenever I played the new game, remember as a kid in the arcade, like it was generally the rule was pick the. I have tried this game before actually, and it's a good shmup. Sounds a little bit low on this. Yeah. But yeah, I remember in the arcade, it was like, pick the middle guy, pick the middle person. So apart from Final Fight, I just wanted to pick Hager, right? Because you know what, that flying power drive is just awesome. But the middle guy is the best one, which is Cody. I certainly think he's the best character. In fact, Hager might be the worst character. It might be Cody, followed by, oh wow, okay, it turned into a robot there. That's fantastic. Look at that. Wow, how awesome is that, man? Okay, good stuff. So this is working really, really well. Turn into a ship, turn into a robot. Yep, absolutely fantastic arcade game. I wonder if we'll get an arcade core of this. I love arcade cores, right? But a lot of stuff on the Saturn feels very, very close to the arcade. I mean, I haven't played this in the arcade, so I don't know. But wow, I mean, like the Tail F3 stuff feels really, really good. But all right, let's move on to the next one, which is Linkle Live Story, and this is an English translation of this game, and I think it may be a rhythm action game. Maybe. Let's see. I'm really bad with my rhythm. I have the rhythm of Steve Martin in The Jerk. If anyone's seen that movie, you know, it's a top movie. It's actually a great movie. One of Steve Martin's, like, you know, he had Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. There was Roxette, which I never really watched or understood. I'm not sure. I can't remember that movie that much, but. Yeah, the Jerk is just absolutely fantastic, man. Has to be seen. It's just got some real funny stuff in it, man. Some real moments, like real like funny comedy, man. Like absolutely awesome. Check out The Jerk. Anyway, yeah, I've got the rhythm skills of The Jerk. Okay. Ooh, okay. What we got here? Look how cute, you know, those graphics are, man. Awesome stuff. Oh, I'm wondering now. Actually, I may have to give a little break on this video and come back and do the rest. Parents' evening is approaching, man. I've got about another 10 minutes before I have to call it a wrap. Yeah, might be a 2. Don't worry, you guys won't know, right? Because I'm editing everything out. Okay, can't skip this. Hopefully, we can get into the game. You can probably hear my buttons here. I'm trying to spam them to skip. Oh, okay. I'll press the start button there. Maybe it's having some effect. Maybe the sound's a little bit low on this. It's definitely a little bit lower than the other games from what I can see. Am I starting? If it's going to ask me for my name again, guys, I'm moving over to the next game. You know, it does work. Okay. I don't know what I did there. Let's see. Okay. Call myself A. Let's go to done instead of start. Why? Okay, that's okay. No, okay. Oh, here we go. Done. Right, if it's gonna take me through the same FMV, let's move on to the next game. But if this is a game you want to check out, you want to go through whatever the loading period and all that stuff there, yeah, it's going through all that stuff. So let's load the next game. But Lincoln Liver Story Works. Oh, Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. Now I can't remember which ones of these crashed, and some of them the colors went funny. Did I ever got a 4 megabyte? Oh, I need to turn the 4 megabyte cartridge on for this one. So let's go. Just want to save the settings. Right, so let's go reset. For all the Marvel games, the 4 megabyte cartridge is something that we've needed. Oh, funnily enough, actually, the Castlevania worked with the 4 megabyte of RAM. I didn't check it, but yeah, I may not have had it on. Who knows? Likely didn't have it on. Hopefully, okay, so with some of the versus games, so we've got the alpha games working. I remember Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3 working. I think the versus games, some of them worked, some of them didn't. And I can't remember if it was Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter in my older videos, or if it was X-Men versus Street Fighter, where it just kind of crashed. One of them crashed when, is it Cyclops and Ryu, when they're shaking hands at the beginning. And this one, I think it went into game, but then it kind of went a little bit funny. So, interesting. Let's see how this goes. Let's just go straight into arcade modes and let's do this, guys. Okay, so let's go my boy Ryu, and let's go this Norimaru. Absolutely awesome. No ideas what his moves are, but hey man, how can I not pick him, right? It's Norimaru. Let me know down below, guys, who Norimaru is. I have absolutely no idea, but he's in the game. He looks wacky and is well worth picking. I never played the versus games too much, right? I'm more into the classic Street Fighter stuff, but this is working. This is working well. This is working well. Wow. I don't want to tag because I don't know. Oh, maybe I should tag. Let's try. Okay, he's chucking books at him. You know, this is what I really like about the Capcom stuff, right? It has, you know, like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 has got Phoenix Wright in there, right? You know, yeah, everyone's favorite Ace Attorney. Okay, this is working well, guys. I can't remember if this... I don't think this worked last time. I think this is one of the new games that's working with this release. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because, you know, there's a lot of videos and sometimes it's just difficult to keep up with everything that kind of happened. Okay, done a little Shin Shoryuken there. Wow. Okay, right. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. This is a lot of fun, guys. Right, Resident Evil. Now this worked previously, but you know what? Let's add this to the list and give it a little test. Absolutely awesome. Right, I think if you press start here, oh no, okay, completely wrong. Right, let's give that a reset. Hopefully it will just start this time. Do remember, if you do get that, press reset, it will start the game. Right, let's do this. Wow, 32 minutes already. Gonna be a long video. Definitely recommend you guys checking this format. What is going on here, guys? It's not gonna let me play, right? Okay, let's give it another reset. If not, I might just move on to the next game. So let's press start here and let's see. Yeah, here we go. Okay, yeah, you get that with a Saturn Core sometimes. It boots up and then the game doesn't boot. Things happen, but let's see. Okay, here we go. Right, let's start this. Such a great game, man. Very hard to go back to, at least for me. I find the tank controls super difficult. Right, let's go Jill. Hey there, Jill. If anyone hasn't played the Resident Evil 2 remake, the recent one that came out, guys, I can't recommend it enough. It is one of the best modern remakes ever. Really hope we get like modern remakes on games like Dino Crisis and Onimusha as well. I just love that formula. The Resident Evil style of game on the PS1 and even the PS2 were king, right? Loved Resident Evil 1, loved Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, Parasite Eve 2, Dino Crisis 1, yeah, I didn't complete it, but Dino Crisis 2 was absolutely fantastic. Galerians was another one. I just kind of like this style of game, man. And yeah, if you want to play Resident Evil, guys, it is working. And yeah, man, it looks all right. As soon as they give me control of Jill, once they finish all this stuff. What's going on here? Am I missing something? I'm wondering. Is it crashed? She's just nodding her head. She's not saying much there. Okay. Remember, we'll try all of these on dual RAM. We'll recreate kind of everything here. But, okay. I have got 4. Alright, okay. What happened with Resident Evil? Yeah, she's definitely nodding her head there too much. Seems a bit too happy. Right, let's now move over to the next one. Remember guys, this is like how I would test it and then I would edit it. We're not doing that, we're just running through it. So Salamander we've actually done. So let's go Saturn Bomberman Fight. Now this is the Japanese version. I don't have the translation. I haven't patched it to have the translation yet. That might be something I look into later, maybe a future video showcasing this game. But for now, let's run the Japanese version, and with any joy, it runs, it loads, and hopefully it's not text heavy craziness, right? Oh, I might even be able to do this video. Let's see. Oh, okay, there is some sound there, right? I thought it had no sound. So let me crank up the volume a bit because it seems to be a little bit low. Do like the Bomberman soundtrack. Okay, so story mode is something here we would want the translation for, but let's get into battle mode, right? Battle mode, you don't need to know the lingo. You can just play it. It's Bomberman battle mode. Classic, always awesome. Is that 2-player, 1-player? I don't even know. Okay. Oh yeah, 1-player versus CPU. Let's do this, man. Okay. I'm just smashing that button. You can probably hear it. Right, let's get into game. We'll stage select. I'm just gonna press that button. Right, let's pick the simple one, right? The vanilla stage. No extra stuff. Just super duper. Right. Oh, okay. I've got to go to normal graphics, right? It is. Can you rotate it around? Okay, it's an isometric one. Right, okay. Okay, but interesting to test out the... Ooh, not a big fan of... Oh, what? Can I jump up? I don't even have to break stuff. I can just jump over stuff here. Wow, okay. Bomberman has jump, right? So let's leave a bomb. Let's jump up here. Is it going to blow me up? I wonder. Okay, that's interesting. He's throwing his bombs. Right. Okay, interesting. Once you kind of get used to the isometric controls, it's all right. I just find it a bit confusing now. I was definitely better at them when I was younger. But yeah, this works. Bomberman, what's it called? Bomberman, Saturn Bomberman Fight. Right, now Sega Rally Championship. Guys, Sega Rally, absolutely awesome game. Love it, absolutely love it. It's one of the games that I really like on this system. Saturn's got a whole bunch of good 2D games, and it's got a good bunch of racing games on there as well. Daytona USA I'm particularly fond of, as well as Sega Rally, which I think it's just a fantastic arcade rally racing game. So let's do a course on this. And man, it's so nice to see how far this core has just come along, right? From what we had like a year ago to what we've got now. Like, it has just come a long way. MiSTer is just such an awesome device. We've got the N64, we've got the Sega Saturn. I wonder what will be next. It's breaking all barriers, you know. I've only been on the scene for like a year and a half, but I remember hearing people saying, or you know, looking at old forum posts where people saying, you know, it's impossible. You can't get PlayStation on there, you can't get Saturn in there, you can't get N64 on there. That's why when anyone says, oh, this won't happen on MiSTer, it's impossible, I'll never ever say it myself. I'll always say, this is, you know, the person's, you know, worked on this, or, you know, this person has said this isn't possible, because, you know, a lot of people said N64 was impossible, but Robert Pape has brought us the N64 core. I mean, it's fantastic. Aspects of it are better than original hardware. And then we've got SRG 320, you know, who, given where he is, the situation of the country he's staying in, he's still pumping out updates for this. Not as frequently as Robert Pape, but man, we're getting updates on this. And I'm playing Sega Saturn now, system I don't know much of, but I am thoroughly enjoying on the MiSTer. I mean, look at this, right? Sega Saturn. What is there not to like about this game? This game, honestly, you have to play. If you haven't played this on your Saturn, look at that. You got a helicopter flying up there. I mean, it's superb. Just, what a game, guys. It just, you know when you play a game and it just feels right? That's Sega Rally for you. You play it, it just feels right. And every time I do a video, I say to myself, I need to play some more. And just as I say that, let's do this Shining the Holy Ark, which might be another strategy game, or it might be an RPG or a turn-based strategy. Again, I don't know a lot about this system, and that's one thing I love about this system, is just discovering the stuff. So okay, let's give that a reset, and hopefully that will boot up into the game now. But yeah, if it's one of those long text heavy games, I'm not going to go for it. We're going to see it boot, we'll see it kind of start, but then I won't go into the game. Where are we on this video now? Wow, 39 minutes. Wow, okay. Seriously, it's feeling like a live stream, but it's not a live stream. So let me give it another reset. Oh, hold on, that might actually be the game in there. No, let's try. No, it's not. Okay. So sometimes you can pick the disc and it will play it. So let's have a look if this works. Oh, is the sound? The sound might be okay. No, that's the BIOS sound, right? Okay. Oh, here we go. We're in game. So okay, remember that you're gonna get that with your core. You're gonna get it where, yeah, you're gonna have to reset it once, reset it twice. Sometimes it's gonna work absolutely brilliantly first time, but overall, perseverance, guys. Like, it's not a core that's in final release. Now these updates, I know update all pulls down the Saturn core now, but I don't know if it's going to pull out this update or when it's going to pull this update. You can add this core manually if it's not available via update tool. If it's not, I've got tutorials on the video before having a look at how to install older versions of core. Exactly the same principle applies. If you search my channel, search for like the Saturn stuff, you find one with a tutorial in there, and honestly, that's exactly how it works. It's very, very simple. You know, once you know how to install one core, it's pretty much uniform all the way across. I think for the Saturn, you need to add a BIOS file, but update all will usually grab that for you. So what you've got, you should have the BIOS file already via update tool, and you can just add this version of the core yourself. Right? Okay. And this looks interesting, like an RPG game, right? It's gonna be text heavy, right? So. Oh, what's the time? Oh wow, it's 3:40. Okay, I got to be at my daughter's school at 4 o'clock, and it's a 15-minute walk. So, guys, you know what? Yeah, you're not gonna notice it. I'm gonna edit it and come back and finish the rest of the video. But I like telling you guys of what I'm doing because I do like these raw kind of videos where I'm just going through stuff and testing it. So, yeah. Okay guys, I'm back, so let's boot up the next game. Sorry, you wouldn't have actually noticed that, right, because of the editing, but the last game that you saw when I went to a parents' evening to my daughter's school, and guess what guys, like, she's actually doing really, really well. The subjects she's struggling in, I'm not really too fussed about because they're not really life skills. They're not the most important subjects, but overall, like science, maths, English, wow, she's doing superb. So here I am back. What game did I run? Right, okay, so Super Tempo. Okay, looks like we get a black screen here. Let me just give it a reset for good measure. I don't think this one's working. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it'll work on the dual RAM version. Who knows? If the vibe of the video feels like it's changed somewhat, it's because, yeah, I was out for 2 hours and a bit before I come home. Okay, so, yeah, let's give it a second. Yep, I wasn't hoping for a black screen, you know, wanted some super tempo because I feel like I have some super tempo. I've been rushing around, I'm still out of breath actually. I need to get more healthier, right? Okay, so a couple of other games left. Time Bokan series, guys, I absolutely love this game, and every time I feature this game in a video, people are always like, what is that game, right? The game you're going to be asking about, it's this game here. Let's give it a reset again. And it's the Time Bokan series. Such a great shmup, man. Like, here, graphics, everything about it, it's just superb. Like, I absolutely love the game. It's one of the gems that I discovered on the Sega Saturn. Now, I'm pretty sure there's an arcade version of it. I mean, don't quote me on that. Let me know in the comments below if you do, you know, if there is an arcade version. But for now, like, playing this Saturn version, absolutely wicked. From looking at this kind of silhouette-y intro at the beginning. But let me press start and get to the game because I really can't wait to play. And straight after this video, actually after this video, I'm going to go and have a bite to eat. And then I'm going to work on the dual RAM video. So this is exactly the same thing, hopefully with no parents' evening in between. I'll run everything in exactly the same order, hopefully the same energy. And we'll have a look at the the dual stick of RAM equivalent. I wonder if something like Super Tempo will run, but everything here pretty much ran fine. So in all honesty, I kind of expect it to be similar. Okay, let's pick this little thing here. Wow, look how cool it is. Maybe that's what I picked last time as well, who knows. I don't think that's the last vehicle that I picked, but guys, look how good this game looks. Like, if you're going to try, there's a number of games that I could recommend on the Saturn. Sorry, that's me spamming. Look at it, guys. Look how good it looks, right? Wow, And the soundtrack is banging, and I think the volume's kind of loud. Look at the way the ducks fly at the top, come down. Soundtrack is just banging, guys. This I'm playing this on the Saturn, but this has good arcade game written all over it, right? It is just fantastic. Look at the fires and everything I've got, man. What a great game, guys. Like, honestly, I'll say it again because I always get asked, Time Bokan series, and sound is good, playability is good, it just plays fantastic. And the Saturn, the 2D powerhouse it is, honestly, there's amazing games on this. Let's get to, like, is it a midway boss? And have a little fight with that. But guys, yeah, if you haven't tried the Saturn Core out already, this might be available via Update Tool. Honestly, I can't tell you, I just added it manually without even running Update Tool, because I did also put the latest version of the MiSTer operating system, the unstable version of it, and that's just something that I'm used to doing. I just put the latest unstable version on there on most of the memory cards, or the main memory card that I use. I have got one with like a MiSTer main, you know, like a stable version on there, and that's because that's the main one. Like, I don't really mess around with that. That's just, I hit Update Tool, I've added ROMs that I've wanted on there, but it is just Update All. Okay, so yeah. Right, let me move on to the next game. It's continue time anyway. And the next game is going to be the final game, right? So this one here, X-Men versus Street Fighter, right? This crashed, I think, on the title screen when Ryu and Cyclops are shaking hands, and hopefully, I hope it goes beyond that. Let's find out, because honestly, I have no idea. I don't know. But let me spam that start button. But it's so nice to see these working now. I know we've got the arcade versions of this, the CPS2 versions, the actual, you know, the best version, really, right? If there's an arcade version out, in 99.9% of the cases, the arcade version is better. But hey, you know what? There might be some modes on this. I remember on Alpha 3, in particular, like on, I think it might have been on the Game Boy, maybe the PSP. Maybe it was the PSP, because I remember it having 6 buttons and not reduced down to 4. But something like Street Fighter Alpha had World Tour mode in it, which was a lot of fun. But here we go. This is where it crashed. This is where I remember. Okay, the handshake is going good, guys. So let's now press the button and let's see if we can actually get into game now. Right, we're just gonna go arcade mode, and all right, so okay, let's go Chun-Li, and you know, let's go yeah, we'll go one Street Fighter lady and one Marvel lady. So Chun-Li and Storm. Now these games are good. I kind of wish when I was playing a lot of Street Fighter games, I wish if I played these, but the circle I kind of moved in, we never really experienced with the versus games, right? It was always like Super Turbo, you know, Alpha 3, CVS2, like, you know, what are the kind of normalish ones? So I know a lot of times you can change stuff. There's like a launcher, there you go, is that a launcher? Yeah, and then you can follow up with a combo. Yeah, I've just never tried them, but guys, this is working. Really awesome, wow, okay. Okay, it was working, right. Okay, what a thing to finish with. Let me put that sound down a little bit, and that was it. That was all the games we were testing. But what will be interesting is on the dual RAM setup, I'm actually going to, let me just load another game. Let's go to the first Bubble Symphony, something that we know works. So what I'm going to do in the next video, make sure you check that video out tomorrow. I'm going to do a dual RAM version running exactly the same games, and I'm gonna pick Chun-Li and I'm gonna pick Storm on X-Men versus Street Fighter, and let's see if it actually gets past that bit or if it crashes. Let's see. I reckon it's going to crash because the single RAM version is excellent. The differences that I found in there, honestly, I wouldn't upgrade to a dual RAM setup just for the differences that this core brings. This core works amazingly well on a single stick of SD RAM. And we've seen that everything you've seen in this video is on a single stick of SD RAM. So awesome, guys. I'm going to wrap up this video here, yeah, check tomorrow's dual RAM video out if that's something you're interested in. I'll run the same games. Maybe you guys can spot some differences. But that's it for this video, guys. If you're not subscribed to the channel, a subscription and a like, all that super stuff is appreciated. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.